Hello everyone, in this video tutorial I am going to explain how to develop BMD and SFT for the overhanging beam for the shown figure. So also I am going to find the point of contraflexion. The point of contraflexion is the point where bending moment changes its sign from positive to negative or negative to positive. The first step in the problem, the calculation of support reaction. So I will take step number 1. So for the calculation of support reaction, I am going to consider the equilibrium condition. Before that, I am going to take the reactions here. So we have the simply support at A. I will take reaction at A R A, and simply support at B. I will take reaction as RC. So the first equilibrium condition, that is summation of vertical forces, is equal to 0. So RA is acting upward, I will take it as positive. Then we have UDL, that is 20 kilonewton per meter. So if I want to convert that if I want to consider the total intensity, that load into distance. So for which portion it is going to act, that distance, if I multiply with the load, I will get the total intensity. Therefore, which is acting downward, I will take minus 20 into, so it is acting for a distance of 2 meter, therefore 20 into 2. Then we have 40 kilonewton which is acting downward, minus 40. Then RC which is acting upward, plus RC. Then 20 kilonewton point load at D which is acting downward, minus 20 is equal to 0. So if I do the calculation, I will get RA plus RC is equal to 100 kilonewton. So I will take this as equation number 1. I am going to apply one more equilibrium condition, that is summation of moment about A is equal to 0. If the system is in equilibrium, if I do the summation of moment about any point, you should get 0. In this case, I am going to consider point A. If I consider that point, RA is acting exactly on that point, it is not going to rotate that point A. Then we have 20 kilonewton. First I will convert that into point load, 20 into 2, which is going to act at the center of that particular UDL. So therefore it is acting at a distance of 1 meter from RA. Therefore intensity is 20 into 1, it is going to act at a distance of 1 meter from RA. So if I apply about A, it is going to rotate in clockwise direction, therefore I will take it as plus. Then we have 40 kilonewton. If I apply about A, it is going to rotate in clockwise direction, therefore plus 40 into distance from A, again it is 2 meter. So I can take 2 meter. Then we have RC. If I apply about A, it is going to rotate A in anti-clockwise direction, therefore RC into distance is 2 plus 2 meter, total 4 meter. Then we have 20 kilonewton. If I apply about A, it is going to rotate in clockwise direction, therefore I will take plus 20 into distance is 2 meter plus 2 meter plus 1 meter, total it is 5 meter is equal to 0. So if I do the calculation, I will get RC value. So we will get RC is equal to 55 kilonewton. If I substitute that in equation number 1, so we will get RA is equal to 45 kilonewton. So I got the reactions, so that is our first step. Now I am going to calculate shear force at different points on the beam, so that is step number 2, shear force calculation. So before that I am just going to recall the sign convention. So left of the section, upward forces we are going to take positive, downward forces we will take negative. In the right of the section, upward forces we will take negative, downward forces we will take positive. This is the sign convention. So by keeping this in mind, I am going to calculate shear force at different points. So first I am going to calculate shear force at left of A, shear force at left of A. So if I consider one section just to the left of A, so if I consider left of that portion, so summation of all the forces will be is equal to 0. Then next I am going to consider shear force at right of A. So if I consider one section just to the right of A, either I can consider right of that particular section or left of that particular section. So I will be convenient in left of that particular section. So in the left side, upward forces are positive, downward forces are negative. So if I consider left side, we have only RA. So therefore, which is acting upward, therefore shear force will be is equal to RA. So we got the answer RA is equal to 45 kilonewton. So after that I will move on the beam. I will consider shear force at left of B. So if I consider one section left of B, just to the left of B, so if I do the summation of all the vertical forces, RA is acting upward. If I consider left of that particular section, so RA is acting upward, I will take 45. Then we have that UDL, so which is acting downward, I will take negative. If I convert that UDL into point load, that will be 20 into 2. Therefore, answer will be 5 kilonewton. So answer is positive. Then if I consider shear force at right of B, so I will shift that section till here, right of B. I will consider left portion of that particular section. So RA is acting upward, I will take positive. Then UDL is acting downward, 20 into 2. Then we have one more force, that is 40 kilonewton, which is acting downward. Therefore minus 40 is equal to, so from 5 kilonewton if I deduct minus 40, we will get minus 35 kilonewton. So I will move on to the next point, that is shear force at left of C. So I will shift that section to the left of C. So in between B and C there is no forces, so directly I can take whatever the previous value, or else if I do the recalculation like RA 45 minus 20 into 2 minus 40 will get the same answer. Therefore I can directly take minus 35 kilonewton. Then shear force at right of C, if I shift that section to the right of C, so forces RA is acting upward, that is 45, then UDL is acting downward, that is 20 into 2, then we have point load, that is 40 kilonewton, which is acting downward, minus 40. One extra is RC, which is acting upward, so we have the value for RC, that is 55 kilonewton, so which is acting upward, I will take plus 55 is equal to, we will get a 20 kilonewton. So I will shift that section to the left of D. So shear force at left of D, again there is no forces in between C and D. So left till the left of D there is no forces are acting. Directly I can take 20 kilonewton. If you want to do the calculation like R is acting upward, minus 20 into 2 minus 40 plus RC, we will get 20 kilonewton. So last point I am going to consider shear force at right of D. So if I consider section here, if I consider the left side portion, so whatever the value we got previously, from that we have to deduct minus 20, because whatever the force one extra it is going to act at D, that is acting downward. So I am going to take shear force at right of D. So again, if you want to do all the calculation, that is 45 minus 20 into 2 minus 40 plus RC minus 20. So I will directly take 20 minus 20 to get 0 kilonewton. So I got the shear force at a different point. Now I am going to draw the shear force diagram. So I will take this same beam. I will mark the different point A, B, C and D. At A, at left of A we got a 0. At right of A we got 45 kilonewton. I will mark here, that is 45 kilonewton. Then at left of B we got 5 kilonewton. So from 45 kilonewton at left of B, which is going to decrease till 5 kilonewton. Then at right of D, at right of B, which will reach minus 35, minus 35 at right of B. Then at C, which is going to maintain same value, minus 35. Then that reaction is going to act, then it will reach plus 20 at C, 20 kilonewton. Then at left of D, which will be same value 20 kilonewton, then at right of D, which will reach 0. So I have to join these points. So UDL, first I will start from here A, which will reach 45. Since it is UDL, there is a slope in the shear force diagram, then which will reach minus 35. Same thing will continue till C, reaction is acting, which will reach 20 kilonewton, then again 20 kilonewton at D, then which will reach 0. So positive value, negative value, then again we have positive value. So which is the shear force diagram for this problem. Now I am going to draw the bending moment diagram. So step number 3, calculation of bending moment. So I will start from A, bending moment at A. So for the simply supported beam, bending moment at the support will be 0. Directly I will take it as 0. So now I am going to take a moment about B. Just consider that point. Just imagine one section at B. So I am going to consider left side of that particular section. We have RA, reaction, then we have 20 kilonewton per meter UDL. So only those two forces is going to rotate point B. 40 kilonewton is acting exactly on point B, which is not going to rotate point B. So I will start with RA. If I apply about A, which is going to rotate in clockwise direction. Therefore, bending moment at B is equal to RA value, that is 45 kilonewton we calculated in first step, into distance from B for RA is 2 meter. So 2 meter is the distance. So I will multiply with this value. So now I am going to convert that 20 kilonewton into point load, that is going to act somewhere here at a distance of 1 meter from B. Therefore, if I apply about B, which is going to rotate in anti-clockwise direction. So on the left side of the section, our sign convention, anti-clockwise is negative. Intensity of that load, that is 20 into 2, which is at a distance of 1 meter, is going to act. So if I do the calculation, I'm going to get bending moment at B is equal to 50 kilonewton meter. 50 kilonewton meter. Now I'm going to calculate bending moment at C. So while calculating bending moment at C, three forces are going to, if I consider left side of the portion, I'm going to take one section here. If I consider left of that particular section, we have RA and UDL and 40 kilonewton. So first I'm start with RA. So bending moment at C. RA value, that is 45 kilonewton, into distance is from C, that is 4 meter. If I apply about C, it is going to rotate in clockwise direction. So for C, it is going to rotate in clockwise direction 4 meter. So again UDL, if I convert that into point load, which is going to act somewhere here. So total distance, that is 1 meter plus 2 meter, total 3 meter. It is going to rotate in anti-clockwise direction. So in the left side of the section, anti-clockwise is minus. So value is a 20 into 2 into 2 plus 1 is the distance. Then we have 40 kilonewton. If I apply about C, which is going to rotate in anti-clockwise direction, that is 40 kilonewton. So the distance is 2 meter. Anti-clockwise means negative. 40 into 2 will get minus 20 kilonewton meter. So finally, I am going to calculate bending moment at D. So for that, RA is going to rotate point D, then UDL is going to rotate point D, then 40 kilonewton is going to contribute for the rotation, then RC is going to rotate point D. So I'm going to start with RA. So RA value is 45 kilonewton. 45 from D, the distance is 2 plus 1 meter, which is going to rotate in clockwise direction. Therefore plus 45 into 5. From UDL, which is going to rotate in anti-clockwise direction, first I will convert that into point load. If I apply about D, which is going to rotate in anti-clockwise direction, I will take minus 20 into 2. Distance is, this will be the distance, so that is 1 meter plus 2 meter plus 1 meter. So totally we have 4 meter into 4 is the distance. Then we have point load, that is 40 kilonewton. If I apply about D, which is going to rotate in anti-clockwise direction, therefore minus 40 into distance is 2 plus 1 meter, total 3 meter. Then we have RC. If I apply RC about D, which is going to rotate in clockwise direction. So RC value from the first step, we have 55 kilonewton. Distance is 1 meter. From D for RC, distance is 1 meter. So multiply with 1, we will get 0 will be the moment. So I am going to draw the BMD for these values. So we have the beam like this. So different points, we have point A, point B, point C and D. So at point A we have value 0, then at point B we have value 50 kilonewton. I will mark somewhere here. 50 kilonewton meter. At point C we have value minus 20. I will mark here minus 20 kilonewton meter. At point D we have value 0. So I am going to draw this point. So for the UDL from the general equation we have to join A and B point as parabola, since the general equation in the form of ax square. Then from point B to point C I have to draw it as a slope. For the point load the bending moment will be slope. Then point C to D I have to draw it as slope. So we have positive value, then we have negative value. So the point which changes its sign from positive to negative, in this case this is the point is known as point of contraflexure. So in the question they asked we have to find the point of contraflexure for this problem. So I will take that point as E. So now to find that point of contraflexure I will consider E is at a distance of x from B. So I will assume which is at a distance of x from B. So I will take that point here in the main diagram. I am going to consider that point. Then I will calculate the bending moment at E. Then I will substitute it as 0, since I know that bending moment at E is equal to 0. So I can find the distance, or I can find the point of contraflexure. I will take here it as E. Then I will take one section at E. Now I am going to calculate bending moment at E. Then I will substitute it as 0, since I taken it is at a distance of x. So bending moment at E is equal to 0. So I will consider left side of that particular section. We have RA is equal to 45 kilonewton, which is going to rotate E in clockwise direction. So I will take plus 45 into distance is, that is x plus 2 meter. Therefore I will take as it is x plus 2 meter. Then we have UDL. If I convert that into point load, which is going to act somewhere here, then intensity of that point load because of UDL 20 into 2 meter, total 40. So which is going to rotate point E in anti-clockwise direction. So I will take minus 20 into distance is a 2 meter. So that is distance of UDL. It is going to act at a distance of from E, that is x plus 2 by 2, that is 1 meter. So I can take at a distance of 1 plus x. So finally we have 40 kilonewton, one more force. So if I apply 40 kilonewton about E, which is going to rotate in anti-clockwise direction, so I can take minus 40 into distance is x from E, it is at a distance of x. So entire value should be is equal to 0. So if I simplify this equation, so I will get the value of x. So we will get x is equal to 1.43 meter. Therefore, point of contraflexure where bending moment is 0 at a distance of 1.43 from point B.